Hey, what's going on? It's the Diagonal, and I'm going to be talking about Kris Dunn and his comeback season as a sophomore in the NBA, and how his role change has made an impact on the Bulls' future. Kris Dunn was drafted with the 5th pick in the 2016 NBA draft by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kris Dunn is a 6'4", 210-pound guard drafted out of Providence. He was a McDonald's All-American, and in his last year, he averaged 16.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2.5 steals, and 33 minutes at Providence. Kris Dunn was regarded as one of the safest picks in the draft because he got better each year in college. Not only that, but Dunn had great physical tools, with a solid size advantage, a long 6'9" wingspan to go along with elite quickness and an elite leaping ability to help him become a lockdown defender. But the thing is, Kris Dunn has been known to play out of control, and he was quite turnover prone in college. Dunn had a 1.8 to 1 assist to turnover ratio, which is not an ideal number for a college point guard. Dunn is a pretty good shooter, but his shot selection and decision making needed some work. But Kris Dunn did show maturity and the ability to become a good leader. The Timberwolves were really pushing a full rebuild, already having young talents like Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns, whom were both players who won the Rookie of the Year award. Now you have a point guard who was a top 5 pick and was one of the best players in college. People were really hyped and started to pay more attention to the Timberwolves that season. And when the Timberwolves drafted Kris Dunn, it showed the direction change in the organization. It looked like they were going to move on from Ricky Rubio. However, Kris Dunn had a disappointing rookie season for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dunn definitely didn't look like he could become anything close to a starter in the league, and underachieved on most levels. He averaged nearly 4 points, 2.5 assists, and 2 rebounds in 17 minutes per game. He shot terrible from the field, terrible from the 3, and struggled to hit free throws at a 61%. After that terrible season, many criticized Dunn as a bust and not living up to his top 5 draft potential. People need to understand that it was only his first season. There have been many NBA player comeback stories, such as Chauncey Billups. He is considered as a late bloomer because he just started averaging solid numbers in his prime and was regarded as a bust up until then. But look at him now. He helped lead the 04 Bad Boy Pistons to a championship. Anyways, back to Kris Dunn. On June 22, 2017, the day of the NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves made a blockbuster move, trading away Kris Dunn, Zach LaVine, the 7th pick in the draft, which is now Lauri Markkanen, to the Chicago Bulls for Jimmy Butler. The Bulls were now in tank mode, letting go of Rajon Rondo, Dwayne Wade, and Jimmy Butler in the offseason. This past season, Kris Dunn has been very impressive. Since he's on the Bulls, there aren't many guards on the team. Also, arguably their best player, Zach LaVine, has been hurt and has been recovering from injury. Dunn has had many opportunities to showcase his talent, and he did so. Dunn this season is averaging 13.6 assists and 4.5 rebounds on 43.5% shooting from the field and 33% from the three-point line. He also has improved his free throw shooting from a whopping 61% to 67%. Not a drastic change in free throw shooting, but a solid improvement for Dunn. With no legit point guards on the team, Kris Dunn became the full-time starter on November 21st against the Los Angeles Lakers. The Bulls have been winning a lot more than they should have since then. Nikola Mirotic and Kris Dunn deserve most of the recognition for the streak, as the Bulls have been 7-11 since Dunn's role change. I would also credit Fred Hoiberg. And speaking of Fred Hoiberg, a lot of Dunn's recent success can be attributed by Bulls coach Fred Hoiberg. Dunn has been working with coach Fred Hoiberg on his shot mechanics. Hoiberg felt Dunn shot a few three-pointers too quickly. Hoiberg thinks Dunn is better off getting in balance before launching from long range. Beyond the fundamentals, Dunn appreciates that Hoiberg encourages him to keep shooting. Kris Dunn has high praise for Coach Fred, unlike most Bulls fans, and said this about him. I think Fred, he does an unbelievable job, especially with me and the team. That's high praise. Dunn has had a great improvement in his game and play. I think all he needed was a change in scenery so he can be more of a focal point. Not having better point guards or a lot of superstar youth on the team has contributed to the success and emergence of Kris Dunn. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the video and subscribe, and I really do appreciate it. And tell me your thoughts about Kris Dunn, because I think he really has proved himself not to be a really bad player, but he is really showing flashes that he could be a pretty good starter for the long run. Anyways, yeah, thank you so much for watching. See ya.